Right, we're going to Delta Dormos. So measured ships look slightly like hell. Well, first contact.
Permission to initiate interspecies interaction level A8.
What?
Permission to repeat previous permission seekage.
Permission granted.
That is not the appropriate permission granted response. Fine. Self-permission granted to initiate interspecies interaction with sub-intelligent species level A1.
Are you okay?
Yes. What do you want?
We are seeking allies and assistance to help us stop the
There
Scryve.
are several bylaws prohibiting us from even dignifying that with a response. We are the Scryve Empire's most loyal servants, sub-intelligent species.
Alright.
You have not filed the correct forms to leave.
Alright, give us the forms.
You have not filed the correct forms to receive the forms. You are in violation of Pre-Form Filing Process LL284T of the Act of Youthful Aggression. The penalty is annulment.
I'm gonna smack you out. Right, I don't want to. Oh no, fire it well. I'm just going to annihilate these guys. Right. No. Stay away from me. Right. Fire it well. Right. I'm going to use my mini thing. Right. Right. Okay, so there's stuff on the planet. Let's find out what it is. I wonder if I can acquire some sort of forms for an alliance.
Supplied dialogue objective statement with supplemental information exchange authorization form following process V38967.3.
What is this place?
This is a land records office. This is not an asking questions office. Begin annoyance protocol H83, shutting doors.
How annoying. These guys are just a pain in the neck. Vicious little bureaucrats, aren't they? Right, I guess that's their planet.
Supply dialogue objective statement with supplemental information exchange authorization form following process V38967.3.
You require information.
We do not distribute information freely. Ward species of the Scryve Empire have severe restrictions on their information diets. But you are not a ward species. The act of youthful aggression mandates that we must destroy you. But it does not say anything about pre-destruction information sharing. An oversight, certainly. But we can only enforce the law as written. That you would visit our homeworld is unprecedented. We will have to rely on older statutes to determine a course of action. You can consider yourself fortunate that older statutes viewed unknown aliens more favorably.
How annoying.
We have decided you will be granted Lev 2 Visiting Scholar access privileges. What information do you require?
Right. Other aliens.
Approximately 2,800 different sapient life forms exist in some form or another within the boundaries of the Scryve Empire. Most exist below technological level T4 and as such are largely beneath the interests of the Empire. But we have extensive records on all advanced species currently living as wards of the Empire. Who do you wish to know about?
Right, so we're going to learn about Tywom.
Sentient species level A8. First contact with Scryve 12523 ME. Subsumed into Scryve Empire 12568 ME. Generally intelligent monopods. All auditors make special mention of stickiness/clinginess. Designated stickiness researchers in 12570 ME. Repeatedly instructed to conduct research without Scryve input. Standard genetic modifications commenced and are still ongoing.
Mukay.
Sentient species level A9. First contact with Scryve 12578 ME. Subsumed into Scryve Empire 12580 ME. Intelligent cephalopods. Designated aquaculture representatives in 12590 ME.
Okay.
Standard genetic modifications commenced and are still ongoing. Unannounced audits have seen Mukay interfering with the development of at least 7 primitive cultures. Cultural interference has been mostly limited to date, primarily involving the introduction of fish to local diets. This has killed many locals.
Interesting how the Mukay, they're so friendly and they're so for peace, but they seem to kill lots of people.
Which ones?
Gregox.
Bizarre that you would ask. The Gregrox are not ward members of the Empire, nor even sentient. But we will share with you what we know. Non-sentient species level negative A18. First contact with Scryve 7855 ME. Non-sentience prohibits subsumption into Scryve Empire. Parasites that live on or near the surface of a spacefaring creature colloquially known as the Ancient One. Scattered reports suggest clusters of Gregrox display signs of greater intelligence. Attempts to document this behavior further have not been possible due to the high danger of auditing in proximity to the Ancient One. The Ancient One was first detected in Scryve space in 7855 ME, when it attacked and destroyed several Scryve colonies. The naval limb of the Empire deployed resources against it, resulting in light damage to the Ancient One. Consequently, the Ancient One now avoids Scryve colonies and naval resources.
Right, Mink.
Sentient species level A7. First contact with Scryve 12645 ME. Subsumed into Scryve Empire 12652 ME. Menkmak culture is based on betrayal and often fatal pranks. During first contact, the Menkmak stole a vessel from measured auditors. The normal penalty for this, species deletion, was waived in this case when the ruling legate found the Menkmak amusing. Designated Jester/Clown species on 12653 ME, and commoditized later that year, enabling the trading of individual Mukay amongst collectors. Standard genetic modifications commenced in 12655 ME and are still ongoing. Which ones?
Drink end.
Sentient species level A2. First contact with Scryve 1178
They're sentient?
ME. After brief conflict, species was subsumed into Scryve Empire in 11738 ME. Designated ordnance fodder species in 11742 ME, largely as a consequence of previous subsumption-related conflict. Standard genetic modifications performed during late 12th millennia, lowering species sentience level from A8 to A2.
Ah, so making them stupider.
This process also implanted submerged cognitive overrides within the Drenkind, compelling them to follow orders from Scryve legates. Once final form approved in 12018 ME, Drenkind reproduction limited to cloning to halt genetic drift.
Right, what's all the 3 years thing about?
That is both ridiculous and contemptible. Distressing. The Drenkind do not have permission to conduct 2 adjective activities. The Scryve certainly did not order them to do this. We would have records of it. Let's check the Drenkind logbooks. No, the Scryve haven't issued an order to the Drenkind in over 85 years. They're having a bit of a timeout, it seems. This may partly explain the issue. Submerged cognitive overrides require regular maintenance to remain effective. Yes, according to the logs, the Drenkind have had many recent interactions with beings they are not permitted to meet/contact. You, the Mukay, the Trandles? This pattern of unjustified alien contact apparently begins with an encounter with the Mukay.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That isn't logged. Knowing the Drenkind, the answer likely involves a large explosion.
Can you tell the drinking to stop?
No. While we often serve as process servers, only the Scryve may issue orders to a ward species of the Empire. We can, however, bring this issue to the attention of the Scryve. Thankfully, this requires a great deal of paperwork. Based on existing workload and the current paper tides, the estimated time for the conclusion of this process is 28 years.
You okay with the killing us in the meantime?
And you're not? This is distressing to you?
No.
Let me look that up. Yes, getting killed adds 53 distressing points to the TL revised 13078 QOL index. Interesting. That is officially a shame.
Mowlings.
Sentient species level A4. First contact with Scryve 13083 ME. Subsumed into Scryve Empire 13083 ME. In 13085 ME, a Scryve legate blessed several Mowlings with the opportunity to travel to Scryve-No seat to begin the process of civilizing them. These Mowlings were greeted warmly by the Scryve populace. Many events and galas were held, during which members of the elite commented on the Mowlings' clothes and patted them on the head. None of the Mowlings survived this experience. The remainder of the population are currently earmarked for roles as organ donors. Standard genetic modifications to commence in near future.
So they're basically useless.
Which ones?
Trandles.
Sentient species level A8 with L10 rider. First contact with Scryve 12891 ME. Subsumed into Scryve Empire 12893 ME.
Survive well.
L10 rider is a semi-unique case. Artificial intelligence, low malevolence, but high urge to spread, refers to itself as overmind. Controls minds, or at least actions of the entire race. Historical surveys have shown the race used to be known as the Trandles prior to overmind envelopment.
There's a homeworld.
All homeworld information requisition forms must be filed in our land office. You may find this office on the moon of this world. Which ones?
Okay, ask about something else.
What information do you require?
Why is the Empire so hostile?
In 13098 ME, the Scryve decided that introducing juvenile species to the concept of civilization posed risk to the Empire. While evaluating a new candidate for a ward species, the primitive aliens lashed out at the Scryve, resulting in several Scryve deaths. Young aliens do not comprehend the gravity of the crime. We will explain. Through their mastery of genetic technology, the Scryve have an almost unlimited natural lifespan. This great achievement, gained long ago, would eventually remove the need for reproduction, and ultimately, the ability. Consequently, the death of a Scryve is a tragedy beyond imagination. The offending aliens were obliterated, their homeworld turned to a pile of rubble loosely held together by gravity. And the act of youthful aggression was passed. This stopped the cycle of new ward species being added to the Empire. Since then, all unknown species are to be considered juvenile. Hence, the Scryve and all ward species are required to attack you and ignore all mewling and / or begging.
Enough
Do
questions.
you need anything else?
Okay.
This is not the proper departure filing. Please fill out Form LLT 643-H.
Right. So I'm gonna land here. Got to go to the office. How annoying.
Supplied dialogue objective statement with supplemental information exchange authorization form following process V38967.3.
Right, Trandall's
You'll
homeworld.
need some homeworld information requisition forms for that, and then you'll need those stamped. And then you'll need those stamps authenticated. Once the authentication stamps are verified, a short 8 weeks later, you will then be summoned for the interview portion. The tedious, busy work is its own reason, but yes. Let me check.
No.
Huh. It turns out there is. I'm as surprised as you are. Here you go then. The original homeworld of the Trandals was a moon in the Delta Gladius
No
system.
way. I did not expect that. Well, that has literally shocked me. These guys are so tedious. Right. Fire at will. Right, so we're going to Delta Gladius. If we go to Gamma Equus, that should have one of our friends around it. How curious. So that means that the Menkmak are the ones who've created the problem with the Drenkhand. I really hope I don't run out of fuel. I'm taking a bit of a risk going this far out. I do need to get rid of the missiles that we've got, because the singularity missiles are terrible. Yes, obey the Overmind. Oh, there we go. I was able to predict where they would be. Oh, and there's a couple of interesting things in the system, so I'll get them first. Ah.
Found a dead Gregrox, Captain. Don't know how it managed it, but it was carrying a lot of resources when it died. Poor little guy. Maybe it was ferrying supplies back to the Ancient One. Well, if it's not using them anymore, it shouldn't mind if we do.
Man, that's a terrible, terrible, terrible thing to have happen. Magnetic planet. Monopoles and unidentified object. I wonder why I always land to the other side of a planet to where I need to be. Ah, it's a crashed spaceship. That's one of the ones I like.
We'll see if we can get this thing flying again.
Right. Outfit. See if there's any cool new items. No sensors. Yeah, nothing overwhelmingly cool here, so fill me up. Back. Ah, that's one thing I can do. Yeah, that homing missile doesn't seem to home though, that's the problem. Right, so, map. Right. Delta. Gladius. And that's where I'll end everything. It's always good using these guys to piggyback my way through the universe. I think it's a little exploitative of game mechanics though, but who really cares? So it's quite a way. time is passing, and there is a starbase here, which is going to be good.
60. This starbase created by exception, name not found, to serve beings deemed cute by exception, name not found, stands ready to serve.
Right, tell us a fun fact.
There are more than 1,000 stars in the universe. I said more. The fact is factual.
Oh my god, friendly advice.
Anyone who wants to do something for you is trying to do something for themselves as well.
That is true. Any news? Ah! Hyperdrive Accelerator Mark II. Right. Right.
Is there anything else?
No. Where are we going?
Exception, civil farewell not found.
Right, so we want to go to Delta Gladius. Right, quite a few things in this system, it seems. Right, I'll catch you on the next one.